Play or sing to your strengths. So if you're not a belter, don't try to cover belty songs because people are going to compare it to the original. It's just gonna happen. I'm sorry, it's just going to happen. If you're not a soft singer, if you're not very good at controlling your head voice or soft singing, don't cover soft songs, don't cover ballads. If you're unfamiliar with Japanese, don't cover a fast Japanese song with lots and lots and lots of lyrics that are very, very, very fast. It is just not going to help you. It is so not going to help you. Unless you really, really, really want to cover it. That's okay. That's up to you. But if you're trying to like make song covers for them to do well, I just don't think it's the way to go. I'm going to recommend checking out Roomski. Roomski, they are a very awesome video editor. They have like a lot of music video templates on Booth and on some other websites. Check them out. Very, 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 very useful. I say pronunciation matters because if you are not familiar with the language that you're singing in, like if you're not familiar with reading it, most singers are going to struggle a lot with rhythm. Like a lot with timing the lyrics to the beat. A lot of people struggle with rhythm. And the problem with this is that when you go into tuning and timing the vocals, it's going to sound really messy and robotic because your lyrics are just very, very jumbled. It's very, very, very hard to time. It is very hard as a mixer to time for someone who is unfamiliar in the language that they're singing in. So all the lyrics are just like all over the place. So I would recommend getting like trans lyrics commissioned and singing trans lyrics instead, or writing your own trans lyrics and singing it in a language that you're very comfortable in. This is a little diagram to show microphone distance from your mouth. Also, adjust the song key to your comfortable range. Some producers just provide different keys. Some don't. It really depends. But forcing yourself to reach notes that are not in your range will just make you sound very, very robotic in the tuning. Because you will sound really unstable. It's just not a good idea overall. It's not a flex. It's really not the flex that most singers think it is. A lot of people want to flex singing in the original key, but if you're really not comfortable singing in it, it's just not going to sound as good if you had just adjusted the key. I had this dilemma when I was covering my vampire cover. I had to lower it by -1 or -2 because in the original key I couldn't belt the high notes as comfortably as I wanted to. More than +3 or like -3 semitones in the key shifting will induce a lot of artifacts in the instrumental. So if it starts ruining the instrumental quality, you might need to be looking at commissioning an instrumental or looking at just covering a different song. Dynamics are important, but so is stability. Because live singing is not recording. I think like many singers will try to be really theatrical in terms of their singing. And this will sound really robotic in the mix. Because when people try to do like really theatrical singing, they'll usually sing very out of tune because you're focusing on the dynamics instead of pitch accuracy. And so the tuning is going to sound really, really robotic. So make sure all the notes are at least stable. They don't have to be perfectly on tune, but at least make sure that the notes are stable. Yeah. You can worry a little bit less about pitch accuracy. You should worry a lot about sounding stable though. Dynamics, by dynamics I mean how soft you're singing and then how loud you're singing. So how fast you transition from how soft and how loud you're singing. Or some people will try to like switch from like a nasal tone to a non-nasal tone to add some, you know, spice. If you realize that yours are not sounding as stable, I would drop it altogether. It will just sound very robotic in the tune. So be careful. But yeah, instrumental quality can heavily affect your mix, so be careful with that. And I mentioned this in the beginning, but recording quietly is better than recording too loud. So no clipping. Don't clip. Clipping's really hard to fix. There is like declipping tools out there, but they don't work all the time. It is very difficult. Don't clip. Ba-da-da.